This podcast has bad words.
Let's talk about some of the best apps for decluttering your home. This article came up during the research that I was doing here, and you and I have not gone through this totally, so I thought I would read it to you for the first time, and we can just comment. So we'll put a link to this in the show notes as well. This is from Fast Company. These are 5 great apps that can help declutter your home and your life.
Yeah, I want to throw caution out right now.
Yes.
That no app is going to fix all your problems.
In fact, it might cause more problems, right? This is the palliative care versus the cure.
Yeah.
And so if you don't understand the why and you start heaping some apps onto you, it's like, imagine I'm going to download an app that helps me manage my apps.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I get it. And maybe some of these things will add value to your life.
Yeah.
But always be cautious about taking on more to deal with your problem of more.
Right. It makes me think of, people who are needing help with their finances and they're constantly buying books. Maybe it's how to get rich, maybe it's how to manage your finances, maybe it's, a financial course, whatever it is. These are all tools that certainly could help.
Yes.
But there might be a certain point where you have to accept that spending more money on something isn't going to help your financial problems.
Yeah. What is the occult term that we talk about in Love People Use Things is, I used to hear this, you have to spend money to make money. And I believed that because people said it with confidence.
Right.
What the hell does that even mean? I don't know. I mean,
you could just end it at you have to spend money.
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Right, yeah. If you spend money, that's that. Remember that South Park episode where it was steal underpants, ? Profit?
Yeah.
That's sort of the same equation there. It was I don't know how we're going to make money by spending money, but I'm not going to question it because someone said it with real authority.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the first app. See what you've got and get rid of it with Bye-Bye. I thought it said Ribeye at first, which is a strange name for an app.
Ribeye. Bye-Bye like BYE?
Yep.
Yeah.
The free Bye-Bye Declutter app helps you straighten up by providing a checklist of things to get rid of. You create lists and add them by snapping quick photos of items. When finished, you can add text to each, how often used, the cost, other notes, to get a clear view of all you have. So you may no longer need toggling a regret slider. Oh, okay. So there's a little slider on there that if you regret having the item, well, then maybe that's an indication to let go.
Dude, this stresses me out thinking about it.
Me too.
Cataloging all your items, basically.
This to me is a type of hoarding in a way.
Yeah.
And so I'm not recommending the Bye-Bye app because it is now you're hoarding your things not just physically but also digitally.
Yeah, and we're also not recommending it. It's just
great point
for you and I it doesn't make much sense.
Right.
I'm sure there's someone out there who gets a ton of value out of it.
The easiest way to declutter your stuff is to get rid of most of it, not to catalog it. You are not a museum, right? Now, I get it. Maybe this app here, let's think of a case where it would be useful, Ryan. Maybe it's useful if you've simplified your life and now you are at a point where you're like, okay, I feel like I've gotten rid of 80% of my possessions. I feel freer. And there's still some things I'm not really sure about.
I could see that.
Yeah, imagine cataloging 300,000 items. It's going to take you forever. Why do that? But if now you've gotten it down to your 288 items that you own, okay, I could see where you're like, okay, you know what? Some of these I still don't want. Maybe this will help me with that.
Yeah.
Next one is called Sweepy. Keep it clean with Sweepy. Sweepy is an app that helps you create cleaning schedules to keep your home clean and tidy. It shows how to split household chores among family members. That could be really helpful, especially with a big family, right?
For sure.
It shows family members and even rewards with effort points to encourage a little harmless competition. Well, I don't know about that part. I don't know there's such thing as harmless competition, but maybe there is. The next app is called Adobe Scan app. So purge your papers with Adobe Scan. Nothing clutters up a house quite like piles of aging paperwork. To the rescue, the excellent and free Adobe Scan app, which uses your phone's camera to create high-quality PDFs as easily as taking a photo. I use Apple Notes feature, which does the same thing now. Yeah. And so you can use that. You can use the Adobe Scan app as well. Next is subdue your subscriptions with Unroll.me. Now, someone's actually going to ask about this in the future, later on this episode. In fact, I'm going to talk about some of the problems potentially with Unroll.me and some alternatives to Unroll.me. So it's not something I necessarily recommend. We'll talk about that in a bit. And finally, there's an app called Thumbtack. Can't someone else do it, is the tagline here. Time is money and decluttering is awful. Yeah, I agree with both of those. Well, time is time, and sometimes it costs you money. Yeah. And decluttering can be awful, especially if you're doing it on your own. It's overwhelming. And that's why I don't recommend decluttering. I recommend getting rid of the things.
Yeah.
So, which ends up being quite a potential potent combination for some people. For those of you who want to get organized but just don't have the time, willpower, or wherewithal, there's Thumbtack. The free app connects people who need help with professional service providers such as handymen, house cleaners, painters, or you guessed it, professional organizers. And you can see who's available in your area, how much they charge, reviews by former clients, and more. This one can be really helpful. However, let's be cautious about this one as well. People ask us all the time. We're out on tour, and they'll come up to us and, hey, while you're in town, what if I paid you guys to come over to my house and help us organize? And it's like, well, no. There's two reasons why no, because I hate doing that. I don't want to do it in my own house, let alone yours. Mm-hmm. And second, I can declutter your closet for you. But it's going to be recluttered a month from now.
Yeah.
A year from now.
Yeah, if you let someone else do the work, then it's not going to be nearly as meaningful, and you're not going to get those lessons out of it.
Yes.
Like that packing party, it was awesome for you to come over and help me pack stuff up. But, when I had to get rid of all of it and pull stuff out. I mean, if you would have done it for me, it wouldn't have been to my taste, it would have been to your taste.
Right.
In fact, I remember there was a certain point where you were sweeping a bunch of coffee mugs into a garbage bag.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to throw away somebody else's stuff.
You had 30-something coffee mugs.
It's just ridiculous. Well, hey, I drink coffee.
Isn't that how we justify everything, though?
Yeah.
And by the way, you didn't buy all 30 of those one day.
Right.
You'd get one at an event, or you buy one at a store, or whatever, and all of a sudden, before you know it, 7-8 years later, now you have 30 coffee mugs because you never stopped to question any of those coffee mugs, right?
Yeah.
And so, yes, you can hire professionals to do certain things. I mean, we certainly hire professionals to do things in the studio with the lighting and the artwork and things like that. But the question is, if you have a burden, dealing with that burden, it's probably going to be most beneficial for you long term if you personally deal with that burden. And if you need help, get someone that you know to help you, or hire a professional, but they help you. They don't do it for you.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this video? If so, you can listen to full episodes of the Minimalists private podcast, available exclusively on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/theminimalists today. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.